A little disclaimer for this video before we begin. This is your 35 Pilates strength training workouts to me today. You need 2 dumbbells and a yoga mat. And please feel free to have some space also for movements, feel comfortable and around your areas. So let us begin with a warm-up before we begin. Coming up, standing warm-up for rising up. We're going to slowly do our hips movements. So we're going to come to the right side of the hip, moving around, bringing your arms on your waist, on your hips, and we're slowly coming back, then bringing it back as we're releasing the air. Inhale as we bring back the hip, come and bring it back up, coming it down. Make sure your legs are separated apart, feet apart. Making sure you are feeling that crack maybe in your body. That is totally normal. Come back to the middle of the center here. Next, we're going to come to our other opposite direction. Our right side of the left side of the hip as you're moving. Rotation here. Popping that back. Coming back to the center here as I'm going to demonstrate for you as we're going to do a walk of the heels, and then we are going to slowly bring rising up, toes rising up, and bring the object up, slowly coming down, pressing your arms down onto the mat as we're slowly rising one of the heels as we're walking. Gentle rise the heels up. Feel free to use your fingers as it's like a claw. Slowly rising one at a time as we're extending the arm, as we are twisting our side of our crib. Feeling that stretch of your shoulder here. It's extending the arm to the ceiling as we are coming back down. You'll definitely feel the hip stretch here, or now and the heels. You definitely feel a crack on the shoulder. That's just happened right now. Releasing it out to the air. Inhale as you're rising the arms up to the ceiling. Releasing it out, coming back to the center. Switching one side to the other. Gently stretching those legs. The heels rising, slowly coming back, bringing the legs apart. Slowly rising back. And gently releasing out. As we're going to come bringing the leg up to the chest here, the lower belly, as we're going to keep our balance here. Feel free to use the wall, and or a chair as keeping your balance here. So you're holding into your ankle here as we're gently flexing the toe. We're going to gently circle, bringing the left leg rising up as one of your hand is on the wall. As we're going to switch to the other side. Maybe one other will be more balanced than the other. That's totally okay. We are working on our balance here, and we're going to gently circle our feet here. It's okay if you're going to be using the wall to find your balance here. Rise the neck down, bring it down the leg as we're going to slowly come rising the arm behind, and then we're going to behind the arm into one of the leg as we're getting out, as we're coming, bring it, pressing down onto the thigh, as we're making sure our toes are a little bit flexed, making sure it's we're belly down on your side. Okay, coming, switching one arm down, touching the ankle or the toe, coming to the side here, stretching back, wind the arms out, making sure the legs are separated. That feels comfortable. Lifting the arm down into the hips. Excellent work. Next we are going to come into an inchworm, making sure slowly coming down into hunching back the butt, coming down to a high plank, and next rising the left leg out into a bend, into a lunge, rising the arm, extending the arm of the right arm, the left arm, rising the legs down as we're slowly walking back and back to the center here, coming back down to a plank. Before we begin doing any exercise, or else we will injure ourselves. So keeping our joints moving and grooving. We don't want to injure ourselves, so that's why we're doing this whole body stretch here for today. As you can see, I'm using my knees as to come back up, and as we're coming back down, that is totally normal. And then you might feel a little crack here. Opening the hip here. Moving our wide arms out, opening the shoulders as well. Make sure we're breathing. Do the exercise here. Don't be scared here. So bring yourself up in a high plank here. And we're going to slowly bring one leg out, the right or the left, each one, and as we're raising one out, as we slowly come back into a cobra. I'm going to sit open here as we're pressing down the hips down, legs apart, and bringing the arms out onto the chest here, bringing down the knee of the elbows. As we're going to relax here for a few before we begin. Okay, next we are going to bring one of your left leg, and as we're going to grab the ankle here, or the toe, but it's supposed to be the ankle here, and then we're going to grab it up behind as we're going to bring the elbow and the palms facing, as we're going to pressing it down onto the mat here, as we're going to turn to our side here, a quartering stretch here, making sure the side of is not touching the ground, as we're gently lifting up a little bit into like a 2 inches And then releasing the leg out. Coming to our side, the other side, as we're relaxing here. Bring the right leg out. Holding the ankle here. Gently pressing your arm of the down onto the mat here. Gently lift a little bit, 2 inches. As the right leg is bent, and then come back down. As we're gonna bring our arm up, bring your hands together, the palms together, as we're opening the chest here, lifting a little bit. The legs are down. They are staying down to the mat, except for your chest, as we are facing, like looking down to the ground. We'll release, come back down. Bring it back up. Release, come back down. And releasing down. Coming to our side here. We're going to begin working out. Our workout begins. You would need 2 light dumbbells here. And we're going to gently relax here for a bit before we begin. So we are going to do our side here, coming into your left side. As we're going to begin with our right side here, bring both legs together, and we are going to bring our right arm onto the side, bringing the weight, making sure 2 inches out of the side, making sure, as you can see, the weight is going to be on our shoulder here on our side. The arm is going to be bent a little bit. As we're going to bend them, press here, bring them back up. And as we are going to slowly open and close, we're not going to move it that fast. We're going to go slow. And then we're going to do 1 set. And for 15 to 25 reps here for each side, as we're going to open and close into a clamshell here. Feel free to lie down as we are doing this, or bring your elbow and press it down onto the mat here. So we're closing and rising up, and then we're coming back down. This is good for the arms, making sure we're feeling strong here today. Working on the inner thigh as well, the legs. As we're holding down, bringing the weight onto the thigh here of the side here, as we're gonna gently come into a pause here. Feel free to lie down as well onto your side, or just bring the palms, the ankle, as we're holding down here. And release, bring it back, hold for a few. As we're going to slowly rise the right arm out, extending the arm and extending the leg. As we're going to come to a side crunch here. Side crunch here, slowly coming into the elbow to the inner thigh. The thigh here. Sorry, mixed words here today. Release it out. Inhale. We're touching to the side here. As we are looking to the fingers, or as we're looking direct to the wall, or feel what's comfortable for you here today. Definitely feeling the burn of the glutes. as we're pressing the glutes together here. And the inner thigh, you'll definitely feel the arms. You're going to feel working on that full body core here. Hold the palm here. We're going to hold. Don't let go. Keep holding. Slowly dropping it down. Drop the weight down. The leg. Take a few seconds of breath before we begin. You can come up if you like as well. And as we're going to bring the weight out, we're extending the leg out. And we're going to extend the arm, rising up into the ceiling, opening the chest, closing back up. As we're bringing the leg, rising up as well, like as we're kicking. Fly chest here, extending the leg, and then drop at the same time. Rising both up, bring it back down. As one of your leg is bent, as we're holding, this is a balance here for today. We're doing balance, full body here work, arms. Drop it back down as we're twisting our chest here, working on the shoulders. Don't give up, keep going. I know you got this. Keep pushing. And then we're gonna two more times. You will get going, don't give up. Let's do 3 more. Feeling that pain, but don't worry. Hold here, come back, drop it down. As you can see, I'm twisting my hips here as well as we're gonna open. As we're rising up. Bring both of your weights here. Bringing your 2 weights together here. Coming into rotation. Slowly arm overhead. Coming them out. The right arm is down. The left arm is going to go above. As we were crossing here, and the right arm is going to go down. Center here. Opening the arm, the chest here. That stretch shoulder, and we're going to bring it back. Feeling that stretch here. The arms are definitely going to crack here. Feeling that crack here. Keep going. And don't give up. We're on the right side here. Feeling the left. That's one leg is out on the left here. The right leg extend. And then we're going to bring the left arm over as the right leg is out. Left arm is going and the left down. Leg is on the knee. And then we come back to the center here. And releasing the arm out. Excellent work. Next we're going to bring our arms rotating back down and up. And then we're looking down. Palms facing to the ceiling. Down. Then palm going down. As the palms are facing the arm, and then we're going to go down. The weight's going down. One more time. Coming to the side here. Great work. Next we're going to bring back. Right leg is in bend. And let's bring the right leg into a bend here. So we're going to relax here. We're going to bring one weight out. Bringing the weight together. Take a few breaths. And finish here. 3, 2. Feel free to take breaks. If you're feeling injury, 2. If this doesn't feel right for you, keep going. Skip to the next 3, one, or 2. You join me with another one. And another class. We're gonna drop that weight down to the side here. Don't give your arm. Excellent work. Weights pressing to the side here. We're going to bring one weight down. Drop one weight. Bring the arm out. Right arm up. Dropping the weight. Release it. Come back down. Dropping the weight. Hips back to the center. We're going to come releasing the weight here. The weight onto the side here. As we're going to be doing a push-up. One leg out here. One single leg. The right, and then to a crunch here. with your opposite leg. Bring the left leg out to plank here. Dropping the right, push-ups here to the kneeling. Calming the chest down, or coming close as you can, possibly. You know what's comfortable for you. Drop both legs into a kneeling, and you're coming into a push-up. Then we're going to come into a side crunch here. Crunch to the chest. Come back down. Come into a crunch as well. Bring the right left leg up. Crunch to the right. Dropping back down. Bending those elbows as far as you can. Don't give coming up. Down. Might feel really challenging, but you've got this. Keep pulling, keep pushing. If this is too much for you, remember just start with one. So much you can do. One with the push-ups. Bringing both knees down to the ground, and then come into a crunch, and then drop the leg down. Coming into a high cobra. Coming back down into a cobra. Bring it back down. Release it. Come back down. Let me the elbow. Then we're gonna come relax the arm here. We're gonna relax in a few. Relaxing before we begin to our next side. Little flutter feet here. Gentle flutter. As we're gonna bring them both up, rising the arms, rising the legs. I may gently to the side as we're slowly dropping one leg out. Behind, relaxing the tummy down. Left leg out. Chest. Right. And then we're going to relax our torso side. And the bend here. Dropping one leg out. Slowly dropping them down. Switching to the other. As you look, you can feel free to lie onto your side or on your forehead as well. Yeah. It's optional. Forehead. You'll relax before we begin. How was your day? How was your evening? Any plans for today? Feel free to let me know how you feel about this session with me today. Any questions? Dropping both legs out. Dropping them down. Apart. Just slowly bending the elbows. Bring them back up. Palms down. Rising back down. Into child's pose here. Coming into child's pose. Opening the legs apart. Relaxing the arms out. Feeling that crack here. Relaxing our forehead here. A little gentle pulse here. Rising back up. Bring the legs apart. Bring it back up. As we're going to bring to our other side of the left now. Next we are going to come to our left side now. Coming to our left side. Coming to our left side now. Arms up, down. Elbow down, take a few breaths to settle in. The left arm, making sure we are bringing the bending of the legs together. Bring opening, close into a clamshell. Now, as you can see, you can also lay down to your side. Or you can also do enjoyment, challenging, elbows, and let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you're feeling after this workout with me. And we are going to open our inner thigh. Bring sure we are also bringing the weight, the left arm into closing it up as we're going with the clamshell. Making sure our left arm is on to the side here, and as we're opening. Arm is the bottom of the arm, not the top, like normally. Full to our side, and then we're going to come into the clamshell, rising the arm out, ceiling, extend the leg, extending the leg, come into a side crunch here, and we're going to come to a side crunch here, extending the leg, extending the arm, over the top. Remember, don't compare yourself to everyone around. We're all doing this in your visual. In your own pace and your own breathing and what it means to you for here today. Is it strength? Is it feeling good about yourself? Is it something that you want to work on? Let me know. And I want to hear from you in the comments below. It might be difficult, but we got it, and we're still keeping ourselves strong for today. About to do 3 more times. Coming out, and then we come back down, lifting the leg out, holding the arms out, coming to the side here, bringing back to the center here. Both weights out. The left leg out, lifting the leg out. As we're gonna come to bring both the weights up. Bring the right now. Only up above. Turning the right back at the top, and the left arm is going down, and the right arm is going to go up a bit further. Here, side stretch here, and one leg out, the left leg, and lean a little bit down to your side. And as our toe is flexing, as you can see, it's like pointing, and we're also opening the hip here. You can feel the stretch here. Stretch that side, the right side. Coming back to the center here. Now, the reason why I did a flitter off to the other side was if you really need it to relax the muscle. I just did that for the other side because it needs to be paused for a bit. If this is too much for you for the balance here, you can bring both legs together into a kneeling as you're working on the upper body here. I want to know how it makes you feel in this exercise, this pose. Feeling anywhere that's on balance and upper body here, comfortable arms. If it does, feel free to just drop rotating here as well. The legs into kneeling and opposite arms and working on the upper body here. That's optional as well. We're just bringing the full body workout here. So, and you don't want to focus more on one pose here for balance. And you're dropping the leg out, and then we're gonna come into relax here for a bit, and then we're going to begin back the weight down, dropping one weight down, as we're gonna come to our side here, as we're gonna rising up the arms, extending the arm, as we're gonna drop. We're gonna make sure to come to a bend, opening and closing the chest here. And coming back, dropping down, back and forth, facing down, and making sure your palms are looking to the ceiling, and then we're looking back down to the ground. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing them down. Excellent work. As we're gonna bring one weight down, and we bring the weight to our side here. Releasing the leg, extend the leg as we're about to begin opening the chest here. Twisting our hip, kicking back, dropping it down. As you feel free to use your toe for support behind of the right leg. Drop, opening the hip to the left side of the leg. You're almost there. Keep going. We only have a few more movements to go, and then we're done for the day. What's your favorite activity to do this week? Any plans for today? Mine is definitely just doing what's best for today. And whatever, it changes all the time. but the day goes on, so usually the same thing. And then we drop it back down, the hips, and then the arm down, coming to a plank. So push up here, rising the left leg out, kneeling back down, the chest to the ground, and then we're going to come into a crunch here. Feel free to use both legs down into a knee if this is too much for you. Or it doesn't have to go, the chest doesn't have to go all the way down to the mat, like what I'm doing right now. It could be a little bit too much sometimes, so we're trying to keep it and making sure our toe is underneath as we're going to lift ourselves up and then coming back down, pressing the elbows down. This is hard work here, but I know you can do it. Keep pushing, keep going. Making sure your spine is straight here. And then we're going to come back, dropping both legs down and coming into a child's pose. Coming into our cool down now. Relax here as we're going to come into child's pose and a little gentle press pause here. Lifting our arm of the left, and we're going to come into a throw underneath. As we are gently lying to our side of the head, our face. And this is too much for you for child's pose. As we are coming into the under the needle, you can feel free to use both of the knees. And as we're lifting, a little bit of feeling comfort here, as you can feel free to use pillows, blocks. And then bring back, bring it to the right arm, extending the right, dropping back into the inner of drawing the needle. As we're peeking through, relaxing the other side of our head. Feeling the back stretch, feeling the shoulder relax. Maybe you might feel a little crack there. That's totally normal. You're definitely releasing the bone here. But if this is too much for you, feel free to let it go and come into a child's pose here. And then we're going to gently drop back up into tabletop, or the first position here. And as we're going to release, come back to downward facing dog, untucking the toe, coming back up, rising the legs as we're going to slowly come into a walk, dropping the heel, walking back and forth as we're making sure our knees are bent, coming into straight. As you can see, I'm dropping one knee, then the other, and the other as we're bending. And then we're going to pull ourselves back, bring it back forward into a high plank here, making sure our spine is straight, dropping the knees down, untuckle the toes, and we're going to come back. Thank you for joining with me today. See you next week.